Morning, everybody. It's Max. How's everyone doing today? I'm getting ready to get on a plane, leaving on a jet plane for California here in a little while. But let's look at the YieldMax stuff and see what's going on. Jax is going to be sad when he realizes I'm going to be gone. Okay, so let's start over here. Well, let's start with the market. See what in the hell the market is doing. Okay, so this is a 30-minute chart. Another day, another gap up. Look at that. Yesterday morning, there was a gap up in the S&P, but then it came back and filled the gap. This morning, there was a smaller gap up. That's nice. Okay, so now we'll look. That's a 30-minute chart. We'll look at a 30-minute chart of NASDAQ. Looks about the same. Look at the 30-minute chart of Russell. Okay, let's check out volatility. Volatility's been crashing lately. That's a bullish sign that this measure, this metric, whatever, turned bullish Friday at noon. And here we are Tuesday morning. Now we can overlay, let's see, let me try to overlay the S&P. You can see right here was when it turned bullish, right at the end of the day. So that really didn't help us out any because it gapped up Monday morning. Well, in any event, as long as it keeps trending down, we're going to probably expect more action like this. The path of least resistance should be up. Okay, so now we'll look at the Altiverse, see what's going on with that thing. And we're also going to look at the buffer report and the other stuff we look at. This will start the Alti-Grid. They have on the same trades they had on yesterday. I haven't had a chance to actually sit down and do the work yet, but I looked at the trades from last night and there was no new stocks. They were only adjusting positions in stocks they already had. So the Altiverse is still accurate, to the best of my knowledge. And so let's see what's going on. Alti itself is down 40 basis points today. The average stock in the Altiverse is down 14 basis points. SMTC is up 20%. They just put that one in the portfolio the other day. VST is up 5%. Other than that, it's kind of slim pickings. I want to look at Earnings Hub, and I'm going to look and see if SMTC maybe had earnings. Simtech. See what the latest news on Simtech is. Boy, this is a growth company. Look at those earnings. I guess analysts are raising price targets and that kind of stuff. November 25th. Yes, they did have earnings. After the fill yesterday, and it looks like they did a great job. All right. Well, isn't that wonderful? Isn't that just wonderful? Let me see if I saved that trade in here. ULTY. Yeah, ULTY SMTC. Now, I just did one contract. I didn't save it to size, but that's the profit loss. That's what Jay was dealing with. Whenever he put the trade on, the stock was trading around 50. Now it's at 65. He owns the stock. Plus, he sold an out-of-the-money call. He sold a 55 call, which was 10% out of the money when the stock was trading at 50. That's a pretty long way out of the money. And then he bought the 45 call for just to cap his max adverse, the worst, to cap his worst case scenario, so to speak. All right, well, great job. And I also put one in for, Foot Locker. And it looks like this one's doing well too. The same one, stock plus a short call plus a long put. This one's appears to be up as well. All right, let's look at the index buffer report. Down here in SPY land, nothing's outperforming. The one that's doing the best would be XDT. T-SPY looks good also. Okay, in NASDAQ index land, QDT is looking killer. YMAG is looking awesome. And look at JEPQ outperforming the parent. Good job, JEPQ. All right, Russell land, Russell's pulling back. But this is actually SPY land. Bali, I think its underlying is basically the S&P 500. Anyway, Bali looks good as far as the S&P ones go as well. Look at USOY catching all that sweet upside of oil. That's wonderful. Risers up. That's wonderful. Risers are great fun. Go Google it if you don't know what it is. It's a great fund. I need to do an episode on it. It's an unsung hero. Look how well it did in 2023. It's a great fund. It's just a little fixed income fund. Nothing to it. Just some bonds and stuff like that, but it's good. All right, so let's look at the single stock buffer report. SMCY and I are getting killed, catching about 2/3 of the downside. MSTY is catching about 80% of its parent's downside. YBIT. Jackson, knock it off, please. I'm sorry. YBIT's actually outperforming on the downside, as is Sky. But on the good list, we have Tesla looking great, Snowy looking great, Infly looking great. Menendez Brother Award goes to YMAG, beating the parents. All right, guys, I got to go get on this plane. I just wanted to give you guys a quick rundown, see what the market's doing. Max's volatility system is bullish. It hasn't been doing great lately. It would have been nice if it turned bullish back here whenever the market turned. Well, it'd been nice whenever my system turned red. It'd been nice if it just stayed green this whole time. This was a fake. This was a fake signal, but people were buying protection. So anyway, we're always cautious when we see other people hedging, because remember what happened in August, right? Lots of times it leads to a serious pullback when you see people all of a sudden just load up on hedges. All right. I appreciate you all being here. I will probably talk to you from the airport or something, or maybe when I get to California, I'll record an episode in my Airbnb. All right, guys, I appreciate you. Have a good day.